Well, hi everybody, I trust you're all well and in good health. I hope so anyway. Boy, have we got a scorcher on at the moment. We've got about 27-28 degrees here at the minute. Beautiful weather, absolutely beautiful. I've just had a little net round in the pond, just netting bits and pieces out. Everything's going quite well. My flower baskets, look at them, I'm well proud of them, coming on nicely. Flowers are coming out lovely. I did have a calamity with this one, as you can see. I had it the other way round, so that one on that side was this side, and this one come obviously from the other side, and with it being under that hedge, I'm afraid it didn't grow very well, to be honest. Well, you can see it was having problems. So what I've done is swap them over for now, see if we can get this one back up and running again. But that's the problem I had with that. But we'll see if we can sort it out. It's not done the plants in it any good at all. I might have to replace a couple of them. But the other side one, don't know whether you can see it because it is in the shade now. But that side one, I'm really proud of it. It's come really well. Great stuff. I have trimmed the hedge back, so that might help it a little bit. I'd have cut all that back a little bit, so that might help a bit. But that's my gardening problems. Like I say, it is warm. Wow, it is warm today. The lilies, I'm going to have to prune them a bit, I think, because they are starting to take over the pond. There's only 2 lilies there, would you believe? But there you go. This one I've always found is a bit untidy. I might throw that away, and the one that's growing that I put in the pond in a couple of videos ago, I might have that instead, because it's similar to this one but the leaves aren't quite as big. And this one does seem to stand the koi a bit better. They do swim in and out of these quite a lot, and as you can see they lift all the leaves up and disturb everything. I don't know why that one, but I think they're probably doing this one as well, but it's taking it better, I think. So let's just have a quick look. If we go up the garden, there is a little bit of wind, but I'm hoping this camera is going to sort it out. Let's have a look what we got. There we go, we've got about 26. There's a little bit of breeze got up, so it's 26 degrees at the moment. That's the RDF just gone off, if you're wondering what the noise is. But yeah, I'm well pleased with it. The garden's all coming nicely now. Give you a quick look. All's good in the garden at the moment. That's the pipe that I've had on my RDF, so the wastewater is actually running onto the lawn instead of going down the drain. So I'm utilising the water from the pond on the lawn, which seems to be doing it some good, to be quite honest. The shed door down there I've got wide open because it gets like an oven in there, being as the roof's black. It does get hot in there, so I've got the shed door open to let a bit of heat out, basically. But that's the pond at the moment. Well guys, look at what I've had bought me for Father's Day. It's an Action Pro camera. I've just got to find out how it all works now. I've got to sort of put it all together. I'm not sure how it goes, so I've got to do a little bit of studying to find out how things work. So I'll see if I can get it all together and see how things go. We might give it a whirl later on, but I'm not quite sure where all these bits go. Gosh, I'm getting old. Never mind. My son and daughter-in-law bought me it for me Father's Day. So here goes. Well, as you can see guys, I've got a little bird. I'm not quite sure what sort it is. Pretty little bird. Enjoying where the skimmer goes in. He's probably just had a bath, I don't know. But he don't seem bothered about me very much. Anyway guys, what I do want to get done today is I do want to do a water test. I want to test my water and just see how that's going. I haven't done it for just over a week actually. So I want to do a quick test on that and we'll see what the results come out at. So let's get that done next. What I have got that's just arrived is my refills, cartridges for the 3 canister water filter that I run in the filter house. They've just arrived, so I shall also get them in today as well. So that's handy, I can get them done and we'll have new canisters. Well, this is my test kit. Most of you will have seen it before. This is the water test kit. It's actually a TestLab Professional. Don't know whether I'm that professional, but this is what I use anyway. So I'm going to do the ammonia, nitrite and nitrate. Well, there we go guys, I hope you can see it. The ammonia's nil. You might be getting a bit of reflection off the cards actually, but my ammonia is nice and yellow. It's nil. There's slight nitrite showing, and my nitrate is at 10 like it was last time we had a look. So there's no improvement on that, but my fish did actually get a bit more food than they should have done yesterday. My grandchildren came round and you know what it's like, they'd been fed, but they do like to feed the fish, so I had to let them, give them a little bit of extra food, but I shall be keeping my eye on that. I'll give it a few days and see how that goes. I'm hoping that'll come back down. Okay guys, we're here in the filter house and there is the filter. So what I'm going to do is drop these off one by one and replace the filters in them. You do get an actual tool to take these off with, so if we slip that on there and undo, see that should come off now. That'll come away. It is yellow, quite yellow, so we'll replace them all. Right, I thought I'd just show you the filters. These are the new filters that's going in, 1, 2 and 3. That's what we're going to be replacing. This is the first one, the one we've just taken out, so I'll get that done first. As you can see guys, it's quite a simple job. Put it in, make sure it goes over the, there is a little bit that comes up on the bottom there for that to fit over. Get it back in position and tighten it up. And it's as easy as that. I only do them by hand and that should do it. And it's on to the next one. There we go. Don't know if you can see that, quite brown in there, that one. And there we go again. I've just given that a bit of a clean out. We drop the filter in, make sure it's on the bottom, and then screw it back up. So you can see what I'm doing. Back into position. This is the 10-inch filters, by the way. They call them 10-inch. Little tighten and away we go. On to number 3. Careful because it's full of water, and I'll go change this one out. Okay guys, this is the carbon filter, the carbon block. Same thing again, just make sure you get it over the little bit that sticks up at the bottom that keeps it central into there, and screw it back up. And that should be it. Connect it up. I should connect it up to the hose, back up to the hose again, put the hoses back on it, and I shall run it for about 5 minutes before I put any water in the fish pond. Just make sure it's all flushed out well. Just give it a run for 5 minutes just to put some clean water through it and get it up and running. And there we go guys, that's pushing some water through it. I have actually got water, I don't know whether you can see it down there, going out of a hole that is actually going onto the lawn. So the water's going on the lawn. I've got to run it for 5 minutes, so we don't want to waste that water. I shall leave that running now. I shall just bleed the tops off. There's buttons on the top that you just take the air out of the chambers with. See that it's flowing, it might not. Just to make sure you, there you go. Just to make sure we've got all the water, the air out of the chambers. Yeah, that's full. That one's taking a while. I think it's because the water is actually flowing. So that's it running. Just running clean water through it, and that'll take about 5 minutes to make sure everything's flushed out. Well guys, hi there, it's another scorcher of a day. I must apologise, I've not been able to get this video out. I've just been so busy, it's been untrue. But I'm going to try to get it finished and get it out for you. Like I say, I've just been so busy, and you can see the pond is a little bit neglected. The lilies do need a good trim up, this one especially. I think the problem with that is it's been like, I think it was about, it's either 3 or 4 years and I haven't had that out. So when I do finally get that out, that is going to be a major mess, I would imagine. It's coming out of the basket. So I shall have to do that at the end of the season, get that one out. That's why we've got leaves coming up where leaves are, because there's so many kernels on that lily. They're all just banging leaves out. So I've got a little bit of trimming up on the lilies to do. They've sunk all the flowers on that one as usual. There is a bulb showing there, but I very much doubt anything will come because the coil have sunk it. Plus that there's so many leaves on that they're probably having a job to get through, so it does need a good trim. I want to trim all the dead leaves off, dead and dying ones or damaged ones. I want to get them out of the way as well, so I've got a bit of pond maintenance to do. Also, if you can see, if I can just zoom in a little, if you can see there, you will see a little bit of string algae appearing all along that wall. Actually, there is string algae, so I want to get some Resolve in there just to kill that off. I shall mix it up in a can and let it dissolve well before I do put it in. But the rest of the pond seems quite clear. I shall dose the pond just in case it's appearing where I can't see it. It could be under the lilies or whatever. The lilies do provide cracking cover for the koi, so they've not been too bad. They've all been under the lilies most of the time. Like I say, it does provide good cover for them. So I want to get them couple of jobs done today while I've got a few moments. Everything's going fine, the plants are growing fine. My baskets, like I say, really proud of them. They've come quite well. The on side not as good as this side, but whether it's to do with it's not getting as much sun or what, I don't know. Or too much sun, because it has been really scorching hot here, 30s. So we have been really warm. But I'm going to get them two jobs done. That'll tidy it up a little bit. It could do with a flick over with the pond vac, but whether I get time for that or not I don't know. But that's the state of the situation at the moment, so I'm going to get on and get as much done as I can. There was just one thing I wanted to mention for people that's having problems growing lilies. If you run salt in your pond, if you run pond salt in your pond, you will have problems growing lilies. They don't like salt much at all. Salt knocks them back big time. If you run quite a lot of salt in your pond, they probably won't grow at all. They do not like pond salt. I have no pond salt in mine at all, and they're thriving really well. But just a little tip, lilies don't like salt. Okay guys, what I do have for this job, what you will see down there, it's a bit of 22mm pipe. There is a piece of wood goes up the centre of that actually to help strengthen it, and I've got in the end a pair of pruning shears, so basically I can reach out into the pond. They are attached with a wire to this end, as you can see there, and what I do is just pull that wire and it closes the pruning shears and cuts off whatever I want. So I'll just give you a quick demo of how it works. Move these out of the way a moment, and you can see it there, and what we do is just follow the stalk along to as near the plant as we can get and cut it off basically. And there we have it. Out. Okay guys, as you can see there's another leaf out there I'm not too happy with. Just move these aside, find out which stalk it is. And there it is. I don't think you'll see it, but I can see it. There it is going down there. So if we can actually get on it, pull the string and away it comes. And that's how I keep my lilies trimmed up. Okay guys and girls, there we go. Don't know whether you can tell, I've taken quite a bit off. There's quite a few leaves gone off them. As you can see, I've got quite a bit down here. Mostly dead and dying stuff really. One or two that was a little bit overcrowded. But just tidied them up a little bit. That's another job done. Okay guys, I've got the Resolve mixed up in the watering can. I'm just going to leave it there for 10-15 minutes just to let it dissolve a little bit in the can. So I'm going to hope it's all going to dissolve, and then I shall stick it in the pond and see if we can get rid of that algae. Okay guys, I'm not quite sure how well you'll see it, but the Resolve is in the pond. I've got that in now. That's another job done. Going great guns today. So, I'm afraid it's that time again. All it leaves me to say is thanks for watching, do take care, and as always, happy ponding.